I think God made me who I am. I'm happy that I'm deaf.
When we first found out Ashley was deaf, it actually took us a while. She was like 3.5. When she should have been talking, she wasn't talking. So to us, it was always like, well, why isn't she talking? We took her to the local hospital, and they said she was mildly retarded. It was just hard for us to understand. It's like, well, she's just not talking. Everything else is fine. And then one day I was working in the kitchen, and she was like a foot away from me, and I accidentally dropped a tray of pans, and it was like this huge noise, and she didn't move, like nothing. I'm like, oh, she didn't hear it. So then I started banging pans behind her, and I was like, well, she's not hearing me. So then we took her to the University of Michigan, and she was there for like 5 minutes, and they're like, oh, she can't hear anything. And there was a person that knew sign language, and they taught us like 5 words, and she was, like I said, almost 3 at that point, and just her whole face like lit up. I mean, she was just like, oh, finally, like they get it.
Deaf pride.
My dad used to race, you know, so then he kind of brought me to a race a long time ago. I was pretty young, I was only 2. And I was just really fascinated with it. I fell in love with it. And I told my mom and dad I wanted to start riding, so they're like, okay. I think I was 3. I had a little PW with training wheels, big awkward training wheels. And I used to go trail riding through the woods.
First time that she was actually riding without training wheels, and at 7 years old, and then just loved it, you know, from the very first time that she got on a bike, and just never really stopped.
It's like the best sport. It's an individual sport, and it's a competitive sport. It's something I like to do, and I just fell in love with it. Ashley was always really shy. I mean, she always did well at school, but like outside situations, like she was in dance classes and things like that, and she enjoyed doing them, but she was always kind of shy around the hearing kids. I know I was kind of shy at school and quiet, and I stuck to myself, and you know, nobody really talked to me that much, and they kind of pushed me to the side. And then when she started racing and riding, it was kind of like something that, you know, made her bolder and made her, you know, less shy. So then it didn't matter so much to her that she was deaf, so she became this different person. She just became more confident and outgoing and not shy anymore.
It's great to see her accomplishment. I mean, in school she was always shy, and I mean, she's always been a sweet, wonderful girl, but now that she's, you know, famous, she's confident and she has all these new characteristics about her. I look up to her.
I really look up to James Stewart. He's the top guy rider, you know, and he's just always nice to his fans, and he's respectful, and I've always loved his style, and he has a big heart. I've looked up to him for a long time, ever since I was little. Jeremy McGrath too, he's another rider that I really look up to, and he's helped me out for X Games, and he motivates me, you know, and he's a 7-time Supercross champ. How can you not look up to him? And he's got a big heart too, so those two I think I admire the most. Last year for the 2009 WMX Championship, Ashley went into the last round knowing she had to have 11th place or higher to be done and win the championship in the first moto.
I knew I had to do better than 11th place to win the championship. Normally I'm pretty calm, but this time I was nervous for some reason.
She got a really bad start at that race, And then she was like back like in 7th or 8th and had to catch up to Jessica, and she was in front then. And then she like cross-rutted and just went flipping.
Ashley Feilich has gone down somewhere on the track.
Then I broke my collarbone in a crash, but I kept going on my bike. I got back on and kept going for 5 more laps. It was really painful. I suffered a lot. I felt like someone was stabbing me, but I wanted to win the championship. I finished in 7th place and I won the championship. When I first walked into the X Games track, I was really surprised how huge the jumps were. So honestly, I was nervous, because that's where the race was going to take place.
Well, it was, of course, nervous because they don't do Supercross much. You know, our outdoor season wasn't going so well. So, you know, X Games was huge. We needed to win. We stuck to our original game plan. I mean, she got into the lead early. She made a pass right where about one of the only places on the track that you can make a pass, and she made the pass and got to the whoops before everybody else and held a good pace to where the girls had to run that same pace, and she ended up winning, so it was very exciting.
How does it feel right now knowing that you've got 2-time gold medals here at Summer X?
Oh, it feels so awesome to me. I'm really excited. You can't even imagine how X Games is the best thing ever. So we're Honda, my whole Honda Red Bull Racing team. I want to thank them. I want to thank God, Toshi, my mechanic, everybody at Honda that's helped me out. Thank you very much.
What's your training like?
Well, I wake up at 7 every morning, then I go to work out. Well, I probably do like 1 or 2 hours of training, you know, like off the bike training kinds of things, cardio and strength and stuff like that, and then on the bike like 3 to 4 hours. I do a lot of cardio because you have to be riding out there, you know, they're long motos, so you have to be ready for that. And I do some strength training, but not too much, you know, 'cause you don't want to be too bulky. It's mostly about your core and things like that. I just try to put a lot of effort into it and long training and long motos.